Sneako just converted to Islam, and he's already defending child marriage. That has got to be a Dawa world record. These Dawa guys always want to defend Islam's sexualization of little girls, but they used to wait a while before they would tell new converts about how the Quran and the Hadith promote, pedophilia. Tristan Tate is also defending child marriage. I don't know if Tristan has officially converted, but he now refers to Muhammad as a prophet, and he's defending Muhammad's marriage to a child. So whether he's a Muslim or just trying to impress his brother, he's defending child marriage because of Muhammad. Again, the Dawa guys used to put this off for a while. They'd let a new convert get settled into the religion for a bit before dropping the child marriage bomb on him. Now it's apparently one of the first things a new convert learns. The Dawa guys are leading out with this. Thanks for meeting with me, Sheikh. I'm a new revert. I reverted to Islam because I don't like pictures, and plus I've got a man crush on Andrew Tate. Tell me, what are the most important things I need to do now that I'm a Muslim so I can be a real top G? 2 things are most important. First, pray 5 times per day. Second, molest a little kid. I don't know, Sheikh. I'm kind of busy. I don't think I can pray 5 times a day. Fine, then just molest a little kid. Of course, before the Dawagandists groomed Sneako into defending child marriage, they had to dupe him into converting first. So they sold him the popular Dawa lie that there's something miraculous about the preservation of the Quran, knowing that Sneako definitely isn't the sort to research their claim. And since Muslims aren't going to tell Sneako the truth about the history of the Quran, I made a video telling him what he would have found if he had bothered to question what the Dawa guys were telling him. And Sneako reacted to my video.
Watch the next video. Let's see. How long is it?
Looks like Sneako is about to have a really bad weeko. Then he played my epic intro again and rage quit. Looks like Sneako is about to have a really bad weeko. Looks like Sneako wants to play hide and seeko. Don't worry, I know how to get him to come back. Watch this. Hey, Sneako! I'm a 6-year-old girl just swinging on my swing and playing with my dolls. Do you want to pretend you're the Prophet Muhammad and marry me? That didn't take long. Oh, staring game? Better luck next time, Sneako. The rest of you might not believe this, but there was a time when Sneako thought that grown men grooming children was wrong. Sneako was asked about this before he converted to Islam.
Are you against grooming?
Yeah, it's gross.
How do you feel about the fact that Muhammad married a 9-year-old girl?
I don't know how true that is.
But I don't think any Muslims deny it.
If that's true, then he's not, then, nobody's perfect.
John McCrae mentioned this in his response to Sneako. He asked why Sneako would convert to a religion that requires him to submit to a man who married a child when Sneako clearly thought that marrying a child was evil. But it turns out that as soon as he converted to Islam, he suddenly had a moral epiphany and realized that there's absolutely nothing wrong with an old man marrying a girl who's too young for a bra.
If Sneako doesn't have a problem with submitting to a man like Muhammad, who, even according to him, wasn't morally perfect, then why would he have a...
That was before I reverted to Islam. She's asking me questions that I didn't know the answer to. I was saying that I was thinking about Islam. This is before. And I understand now that a lot of the time the parents have better decision-making abilities than the woman, and it was a different time. And Muhammad, peace be upon him, was definitely not a pedophile. He had many wives. A lot of them were older than him. I think his first wife was 50 when he was 25. And he was friends with Aisha, peace be upon her. He was friends with her parents. So I don't think that that's an example of pedophilia, no.
So, according to Muslim Sneako, if a girl's parents decide that their prepubescent daughter is ready for her big wedding night with a man who's old enough to be her great-great-grandfather, there's nothing wrong with that. Sneako also said that Muhammad wasn't a pedophile because he had sex with adult women, not just children. But that just demonstrates Sneako's ignorance of the subject. If a grown man is sexually attracted to a prepubescent girl, he's a pedophile, even if he's also sexually attracted to grown women. There are pedophiles who are exclusively attracted to children, and there are pedophiles who are non-exclusively attracted to children. What do these exclusive and non-exclusive type pedophiles have in common? Two things. One, they're pedophiles, and two, they're 100% halal certified. Tristan Tate is taking a slightly different approach. A YouTuber was on Twitter asking about Muhammad's marriage to Aisha, and Tristan replied with the classic, "But other people did it too, so it must be okay," defense. Tristan tweeted, "When people complain at it was a different time, they literally only focus on the Prophet, peace be upon him, and the Middle East. That was in the 7th century. You live in England, right? Google how old Princess Isabella was when she married Richard II of England over 800 years later." Following this reasoning, if Princess Isabella had been axe-murdered, we would no longer be allowed to question or criticize axe-murdering people. But Tristan also shared a link to a Wikipedia article about Princess Isabella. I wonder if he forgot to read what it says. Let's have a look. Although their union was an arranged political marriage, and in spite of the age difference, Isabella and Richard developed a mutually respectful relationship. Due to the age of Isabella, the canonical law for sexual consummation being 12, meaning they had a minimum age for sex, the marriage was never sexually consummated. However, Isabella and Richard enjoyed a good platonic relationship, which has been compared to that between a father and his adopted daughter or between a niece and a doting uncle, and he was noted to have treated her not as a wife, but rather as the daughter he and his first wife, Anne, never had. So, no sex for Isabella because she was a child. And that's supposed to be a powerful top G response to Muhammad having sex with a child? Tristan is also spreading the Dawa myth that Mary was a child. What until you find out how old the Virgin Mary was when God impregnated her? Joseph also married her. Please look this all up. You've got to love the "please look this all up," as if someone who looks it up is going to find evidence that Mary was a child. The only indication of Mary's age in the Bible is that she was called a woman. She's called a woman in a book that refers to 12-year-old girls as little girls, not as women. Apart from that, there's nothing to go on. So, when the Dawa guys talk about the age of Mary, they're just making things up to deceive their fans, who never ever question what they're told by their heroes. And then, when the Dawa guys lie, their lies are spread and amplified by people like Tristan Tate and Sneako and so on. That's why the Dawa community is defending and promoting Sneako and the brothers Tate, no matter what they do. The Dawa gangs are using these guys as amplifiers for their lies. It's an exchange of services. Sneako and the Tates want a religion that won't hold them accountable for anything they do, no matter how sick and twisted it happens to be. The Dawa guys want access to large numbers of people who are easy to manipulate and control. Put those two agendas together, and we get the unholy alliance between, on the one hand, popular online degenerate influencers and webcam pimps, and on the other hand, the lying Dawagandists who defend them in exchange for access to their gullible fans. It's a brave new world, my friends. The previous alliance between Islam and the far left, two ideologies that are united by their goal of sexualizing children, is already breaking down, mainly because they want to sexualize children in different ways. The new alliance is between influencers and Dawagandists who want to sexualize children in the same way. So, how long do you think this new alliance will last? And how much do you think it's going to help us hilariously expose Muhammad before the alliance comes crashing to the ground?
You died on that. You died on that. You died on that. It just backfired on you. You died on that. You died on that. You died on that. It just backfired on you. This is a part of a religion. There's a reason to it. Yeah?